Hey everyone, it's Nikita here from Aussie Mama Reviews, and as part of my pumping bra series I have for you the Bella Nourish Nursing Cami. It is obviously a full-length camisole with a built-in breastfeeding and nursing bra as part of it. You can buy this as just the bra itself, so it basically just does not have the material at the bottom, or you can have it as a camisole, which is quite handy if you want something to cover your stomach maybe while you're feeding, or just if you prefer that for comfort. So the Bella Nourish Cami is available online from American retailers. Retails for about $80 Australian, so it is an expensive garment. If you are looking to have something that you can wear all the time and breastfeed and pump in, this is definitely a garment for you. It does cover sizes 10 to 22 in a cup size B to double D. I think it probably does run slightly small. I ordered the extra large, which would be the closer to the 22 double D, and I found that it did fit okay around the chest, and it was a really good length, but just the cup part of the material didn't really cover very well up on the sides, and it definitely was not as supportive as I needed it to be to wear all the time. So I think if you did have a smaller cup size, this would work really well for you, or you did need a lot of support, then this would be a really great option for pumping and breastfeeding. So I'll pop this one on and I will show you what it looks like, how it works, and a little bit more about what I thought about the cami. So this is what the camisole looks like on the body. It does have quite a low V at the front, and obviously does go down. It is quite a nice long length. I'm 6'3" and it is definitely long enough for me. There's no showing your belly when you don't want to, which is really great. It does have, like I mentioned, that band that is sewn over the top, which I don't really understand. I think that could quite easily be sewn into the cami. Potentially then has the potential like to roll up and get in the way, but I haven't found it's too uncomfortable. I just think, why not sew it down to the bottom part of the camisole? So it does have that ruching at the front there to try and stop your breasts migrating towards each other, but I do find that happens anyway. Being an 18 double G, there's not much that will prevent that except for a proper bra, but in terms of comfort it did work okay. Like I mentioned, I think the sizing is very small for this bra. It is listed to go from a size 10 to a size 22. I have the extra large, which is about the 18 to 22 size, and I definitely find that it is very small. It doesn't come up very far on the sides. I think it's stretched a little bit more now because I'm wearing a bra underneath, but it really doesn't give you that support on the sides, and especially around the back it could come up a little bit higher and be a little bit more supportive. As well, it has the quite thin straps, which I find don't really work well for me. So that was one disappointing thing. I would have hoped that being a larger size bra, catering for that larger size, they would have put a thicker strap on there just for that extra support. But they're not, they're not horrendous, but I think that would be an improvement. So the way that this bra works is it has the first drop down clip at the top here. Drop that down, you expose the pumping panel, and then you're able to drop that down to nurse. So one of their selling points is that you can do it quite easily. So if I was holding a baby trying to attach, all I would do is slide my finger underneath both of them, flick them up, pull them down, and I'm ready to go. Having those two panels, there's not really that much extra work to expose your breast to breastfeed. They're quite easy to attach. Really, it's just by feel an extra second to get them both back on there. I do like the fact that by taking them both down, especially with both sides, you really have that full chest open. So you get that skin to skin contact with your baby. If you find that you're needing to manipulate your breast a little bit to attach them, you've got that there, rather than having lots of fabric around there that you're needing to compete with to attach your baby. So showing you what the pumping portion of the bra looks like. The good thing is these clips are compatible with both the top and the bottom. So if you need it a little bit tighter, you can clip it to the top of the drop downs, or if you find that you don't need it that tight, you can do it to the bottom. I do wish the sliders were at the front sometimes, because then I would just make it tighter as well to give me that bit more of a lift. So being the nylon spandex, it is very stretchy. There is not a lot of support in the top because of that stretch. So being able to have that slider up the top there to just hook it up a little bit for a bit of extra firmness when pumping would be handy. So according to the Bella YouTube videos, there is a correct way to put your pump flange in here so that you don't stretch this hole out. It's not stitched over. The way that the stitching is done on the garment, it's not going to fray, but there's not a lot of support holding that circle firm, so it's quite easy to stretch it out. So according to their website, just like the Medela bra, you wouldn't insert the large flange. With this one, you would use the wide neck bottle opening, put that through first, and then hold it onto your flange. And then obviously you would clip the bra up. So this, at first when I saw it in the video, I thought, oh yeah, that's fine, that's not going to be too inconvenient. But if you're like me and you store your pump parts in the fridge in between pump sessions, it does mean you're having to disconnect the bottle, potentially have a little bit of milk that might drip out, putting it in and then reconnecting it. When you've got a young baby and you're pumping, you really need to get it done as quickly as possible with as minimal fuss as possible. So I just find that one extra step can be a little bit messy and a little bit annoying, especially with breast milk on the black material. It can stick and stain a little bit, but it hasn't been too much of an issue. So obviously that's how you would do it. And then to take it off, you again undo your bottle, set that aside, go over the bottle part, the connector part, and then take it off. So that's why it is handy to have that ability to drop down, so you can move it away from your body to do that rather than trying to do it with this permanently attached like some of the other bras that I've showed you. And then obviously with the Medela, you would put this part in underneath and attach with your connector like that. So using the Medela 2-piece system would be a little bit easier. The other system that it would work well for is if you were using the Spectra flange but with something like a Pump and Pals connector, you would obviously put this in and then you would connect that into your Spectra flange and pump that way, and then you're not having to stretch it using just connecting the bottle piece all the time, but you are having to connect that in each time you want to use it. So hopefully seeing the Bella B Nourish Cami in action gave you a little bit more of an idea about whether this would be the right fit for you. Make sure you leave me a comment below if you liked the review or if you had any more questions. Hit subscribe for more baby and mum related reviews, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. See you later everyone.